Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we'll go over real estate just to show you guys what the June 2022 numbers are like for nationwide on a monthly trends report. And I'll also go over the weekly trends report that ended in July 2nd. So let's take a look real quick. We can go over this and I can kind of show you what's going on. So in highlighted, she highlighted housing remains expensive and fast paced with the median asking price at a new high, while time on market is up just 1 day from last month's record low. The June national median listing price for active listings was $450,000, up almost 17% compared to last year and up 31.4% compared to June 2020. Looking at the active listing count, we do have 18.7 year-over-year percent gain in active inventory. So our inventory is increasing, but we are still far below 17, 18, 19, and 2020. We are below those inventory levels as well. So we're still in a very, we'll call it a very low inventory level, but we are increasing our inventory levels. This doesn't mean that we can't go lower. It doesn't mean that it's going to just continue to go higher. It very well could go higher, but that's something we're going to watch. And the market is at least starting to show signs of slowing down. It doesn't mean that we go lower in our prices, though. It's just slowing down. It has to slow down and get to levels way above what is on this chart right here. We got to go way up here. And that very well could be the case. It's going to take some time, though. It's going to take some months to get up there. Maybe even years. Coming on down, I'm going to kind of scroll past those. Days on the market continue to get lower, which is faster, which is good. That is a strong housing market. It's still very strong. So, and I expect this to come up some amount if the inventory is coming up. So I do expect that the median days on the market will start to head a little bit higher. And the median listing price nationwide in June was up 17%. This is what it looks like year over year, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We could have, remember, seasonally, we could come back down in July and pull back a little bit, but it's not going to be a year over year decline. These are seasonal trends. That's why we do year over year declines. We don't look at, we didn't do a housing boom and then go into a housing crash every single year. This is cyclical. That's why we use year-over-year pricing. But right now, everything's holding together, actually, better than what most people would expect. I hear all these people talking about crashes. Perhaps there's some crashes that can happen locally in some of the cities. Maybe they overbuild there. I don't know. At least not in the city that I live in. But this is what the June 2022 national inventory levels and median listing prices are doing. Looking at the weekly trends report, just to kind of show you what it's doing on a weekly perspective, the median listing prices are still going up double digits, guys. It has not slowed down yet. I do think it will slow down eventually. She thinks that it'll slow down a little bit, but we're still in double digits. New listings is coming up a little bit. Active listings, which is your inventory, is coming up a little bit. But the time on the market is still in faster mode at this time. So we're up 18.3% on a weekly basis. And she, just to kind of sum up some things that she said, as we close out what is typically the biggest week of the year for home sales, the housing market continues to be replenished with homeowners deciding that now is the time to sell. This is good news for shoppers who will see the number of homes for sale climbing back toward pre-pandemic levels. Anyone who bought a house before the last couple of years will note that the market is still relatively undersupplied, with actual number of homes for sale still roughly half of what we saw in June 2019 and more than a third lower than June 2020. So we're very low on our inventory levels still. But June's progress is a convincing step back in that direction, and that first week of July built on that momentum. So our inventories are building back up. In other words, buyers are seeing more options. Of course, one contributor to the rise of options for shoppers is that some searchers are putting plans on pause. Even though mortgage rates have taken a breather, slipping last week, they remain substantially higher than a year ago, shrinking buyer purchasing power enough to derail some plans to purchase. So that is happening. Last week, I noted that ongoing seller participation in the housing market was key to continued inventory recovery. So far, the growing new listings trend remains intact. Another wild card is buyer participation. Both new and pending home sales saw an uptick in May when expectations of higher future mortgage rates were climbing. However, if the recent pause in mortgage rates lingers, home shoppers could lose some sense of urgency, especially as their options grow. And that's where we are. We're slowing down a little bit, and our inventories are coming up. Our prices are remaining quite robust. I think they will remain robust for a while, and I think that we will eventually see a slower rate of growth. So they'll be robust, but at slower rates of growth. But that's the update I've got for today, guys. That's what I wanted to touch on for the housing market. I know we've got a lot of people saying out there that we're just going to dive bomb and crash. I'm not in that camp. I think it's going to move slower than that. I think it's going to take some time. And with the numbers that I'm sharing with you guys today in the monthly trends reports, I don't really see anything that's that alarming. Yeah, we're slowing down, but we're still at very low levels. We have to see if the inventory continues to move up. We may have a surge of sellers because of recessionary fears coming onto the market and selling. What if that dries up? We don't know. We have to wait and see. We have to see what happens, but we're still at very low inventory levels. We're still increasing in home prices at this time. All right, guys, if you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, join the Platinum membership in the description link below if you want to learn more about all this stuff for the website, and we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.